Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our talk show. Today we have a special guest from University UTARA, Malaysia. Today we want to talk about Iran and Saudi Arabia conflict. So, can you please introduce yourself to our viewer?
Thank you to our host with such a warm gesture. I am Robiata Laini Aiza binti Mahmuzar, metric number 262065 from University UTARA, Malaysia.
How are you feeling today?
Great! I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Robiata. Coming back to the topic, can you please explain who is Iran and Saudi Arabia?
Thank you, Ms. Izian, for the questions. Iran and Saudi Arabia is the two states in the Middle East. The two of them were a big state, and both of them have different sects. While for Arabs, they adopt Sunni as their ideology. Meanwhile, in Iran, they adopt Shia ideology.
What conflict happened between them?
Before this, Iran and Arab Saudi will have little dispute over them, as we know that neighbors always have things to be cursed about, and the conflict happened due to the 1979 revolution, and that has changed the relationship between the two countries.
Why the conflict happened?
Thank you. So the conflict happened because after the 1979 conflict happened, the two of them has become a rival, as Iran and Saudi Arabia want to be a hegemony country of Muslim with different ideology of Sunni and Shia. Both of them has been in many disputes that one can count. For example, after the revolution happened, Bahrain had some sort of issues, and Arab Saudi decided to support Bahrain, and Iran does not agree to the interference of Saudi Arabia, as they believe that Bahrain is part of them, as Bahrain is a Shia state. Aside from that, the different ideologies that has made the two being in a dispute for a long time, from 1979 until now, it has gotten worse. As a country that rich with oil, Arab and Iran, each of them, they build up military powers and ally with as so many countries as possible, and their dispute has created a cold war like the war before in the western regions, and there had been proxy war too, and they are trying to collect as many allies as possible so that they can be the strongest nations or the strongest Islamic hegemony states, and that has made a proxy war. They are pro-Arabs and they are pro-Irans, and this conflict has really made them apart from each other, As we know that before the 1979 revolutions of Iran, the relationship between the Arab world and Iran world are not that severe. They are able to go to each country whenever they want. Soon after the revolutions that occurred from the Iran, people has decided to topple out the government of Pahlavi as they bring modernization from the west to the country. People were not tolerate of that kind of modernization as it is really different from Islamic teaching, like the free association between men and women, the opening of nightclubs. People from various range of educations work being together to overthrow the government of monarch and has become a republic, Islamic Republic state that adopt theocracy as its main uh, ideology, and that's it.
I see. So, for the last question for our show today, how do conflict being handled for now?
That was a tough question because we know that there are several negotiation has been done, several talk has been done, um, and there are some of the agreement were not being adopted to be executed, and Iran and Arab really hate each other. But I believe that with negotiations, peace talk, ceasefire, or anything possible that could uh, save the peoples and and the countries from any more disasters, it is better for both of the country to turn down their egos and not to be rival of each other as both of them were Muslim. That's all.
Thank you for joining today. Nice to meet you. I hope we can meet some other day.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.